god. Hi guys. I feel like I've been making a lot of like vlog type of videos and I haven't sat down and talked in so long. In some of my shorts and in some of my videos, I get some questions about my makeup, my lip combos, my routine, and so I'm just gonna throw it all out there and give it to you today. Let's get into the video. Normally when it's time for me to do makeup, I moisturize myself with this moisturizer right here. It is the best. I've used it for over 2 years. Celebrity makeup artists use it all the time. It's something about the way it moisturizes. It's something about the way that, I don't know, it just gives like a really smooth blurring look. I just go in with a serum. It doesn't matter what serum. Serum gives a really nice glowy look to the skin. Face prep is going to give you like the flawless base that you see on social media and that you see on all these other influencers. Your makeup will be fresh longer if you have a good face prep. That's everything that has to do with my makeup prior to my makeup, if that makes sense. I use these beauty blenders and they look like this. They are on Amazon. They're very cheap. You get like 6 for maybe $10 to $15. That was a dry beauty blender and now it is a wet beauty blender, and this is what it looks like wet. Now it's time for primer. Now my favorite primer is this El Putty primer. I was part of the fan club of this when it first came out, and like Jeffree Star was loving this primer. It wasn't the liquid version, it was like the cream one. I personally get the liquid one now because I just feel like it's easier to get on my face. It gives me a very blurring look all over the face. Next is foundations. I love a lot of different foundations. All my foundations are crusty dusty. Please don't judge me, but my favorite foundation is this L'Oreal Inflammable. I don't know how to say it. She will never do me dirty ever. She never ever has done me dirty, and I don't think she ever will. This is like my go-to for any event. This one is one of my top 5 probably as well. A lot of people have raved over her. She's awesome. And of course, I really do enjoy the Maybelline Fit Me's. Really nice. I tend to go for these as well. And one foundation that I've grown to love lately has been this NARS foundation. I know this one's darker, so I just mix them. I honestly mix these two together and I make the perfect shade, because right now I'm a little bit more tan than normal. Just using this alone is awesome. The only reason why I'm even mixing this is because this is my darkest foundation and I need a little bit of boost of pigment in my foundation right now. Always shake your foundation. Shake it. Rub it with my finger because I'm gonna use my finger to apply. I like my foundation to be a slight darker shade because my concealer is so light. I feel like when my foundation is my exact shade or lighter, the concealer can sometimes just white out my face. I blend the foundation on my hand so I can get foundation already on the beauty blender. It prevents the beauty blender from picking up excessive product. You want to tap your foundation, don't drag. Always make sure you get up to your hairline. You can always get the foundation off your hair. It's not a big deal, but you can tell when somebody's foundation like stops right here. Don't do that. And so if you feel like you want to do another layer, then do that. If you feel like you don't need another layer, then don't do it. It's your makeup. Now it is time for concealer. I love this Hourglass concealer. It is so thick in full coverage, but like in a good way. It's not cakey. I literally will repurchase. Another product that I really like, that it's similar but not similar. Like this one's definitely creamier and thicker, but she gives like little sister vibe. The more you let it sit, but you don't want to leave it on too long because then it'll dry and it'll blend patchy. It's just something about leaving your concealer on your face for just a couple of seconds that make a big difference, instead of like just blending it as soon as it gets on your face. I do use the same side with my foundation because I don't want this, because this will pick up the concealer and make it look like blotchy. Makeup enhances your facial features, so it's just about you figuring out what facial features you want to enhance and how you want to enhance them. My forehead, I go like in this circle section, like I go in this circle motion like this. I don't know if that made sense, but and right here I like to make this part lighter because like I said, my foundation is a little darker, so you just want to manipulate the products a little bit. And now from under my eyes, I just tap, go in like this, and I bring it all the way up to here. Doesn't this concealer just look so gorgeous? She looks so gorgina. I just realized I don't have my little light. You're gonna be so mad. I'm gonna see. Should I put it up there or should I just keep going? Because I'm already so into the video. And I'm done with concealer. So now it's time for bronzer. This bronzer, it's actually a foundation stick from Bobbi Brown. And she has been with me for a long time. Actually almost out of it. But I really love this formula for a bronzer. But this is in the shade Cool Almond. Finally, when I run out, I will be repurchasing. I actually only put bronzer there because I want to bring warmness into my skin instead of like doing it more for contour. I don't really mind my nose. I don't really care. And then I put some right there so I can chisel out my face. Blend my bronzer right away, and I use a brush. It's a Real Techniques 258 brush. It has this type of look to it. I grab very little on my hand. I grab my brush and I blend that out on my hand before I touch my face, so that way it's all smooth and not blotchy. I feel like I have more control over where it goes when I tap it. As you see, it just has such a beautiful bronze. Depending on your face shape is how you want your bronzer to be blended. Like for me, I have more of a round face, so I want to chisel it out a little bit. I have it more up here and I blend it down. And it looks crazy at first, but just trust the process. Bronzed up. Awesome. Now from here, it's time for blush. I personally love like super cool toned pinks, or I love shades like this. Today I'm going with like my OG blush combo. So a lot of people ask me about this blush combo and I'm about to give you the details, okay? Rare Beauty has the best cream blushes, and second up is the e.l.f. one. Get this shade, okay? The shade is beautiful. This is the shade Lucky. She's very pigmented. She's very pink, and I know it's very intimidating, but don't let it be, okay? Now with your blush placement, same thing as your bronzer placement. You just want to figure out what type of placement looks good on your face shape. One way you can really find where to put your blush is you want to smile, okay? So as you see, when I smile, I noticed that this is like the peak of my smile, okay? So I want to keep smiling and I blend this out with a brush. This blush brush is the only blush brush that I use. This is the Pro Foundation 56 Sephora brush. She's beautiful. I love her. I just tap it in. Good. She looks so good. I love this freaking blush so much. Like Rare Beauty, please send me 50 of your blushes. This is how my base is looking. It's looking nice, it's looking smooth, it's looking blended, and that's exactly what you want. The same side, okay? The same side. And all I do, it has concealer on it already. So you can choose to put more concealer or you can just use what you got, okay? And I'm using what I got. So I just go in and I just tap gently right where my concealer was. And I kind of just, as you can see, like it's really harsh right here. Now it's very much more blended. And if you feel like you did a little bit too much blending, just go in with your brush and just kind of like tap. And there we go. Now we're done with cream products. Now it's time to go in with powders, but I do use this one. And if you want to dupe for this one, I personally do also love this Fit Me powder, and I get it in the translucent. I like my powders under my eyes as light as possible. I recommend a light shade. That's what gives you like the dimension and the brightness and the you know what I mean? I use a powder puff. These are also from Amazon and I will link them. They're cheap, they're awesome. I only put my powders on with this, well, my face powder. A very flawless, smooth look. I make sure that I have no creases because sometimes it creases, it happens, you know? Just go in with your beauty blender and just blend them out before you put powder, because if not, it will just enhance that crease. I start with my under eyes first because that is where it creases first. And I tap it in. Tap, tap, tap. Do not drag. It does give you like a very flawless base. As you can see, like, look at that. That looks really pretty. And then with this same powder, I grab a little bit more and I highlighting points of my face, which would be like where I put concealer. Right here, my forehead, and only this part, the top part of my nose. This has a really good like blurring effect. Now I'm done with this powder for now. We'll come back to it. Next is loose powder. My all-time favorite powder is this Huda Beauty powder. She's everybody's favorite. She's everybody's favorite for honestly a reason. And my favorite is the Cherry Blossom Cake. I think this just looks really, really pretty with the baby doll, like super blue, high pigmented blush that I wear. This is the second time I've purchased her. I love her down, okay? I grabbed the same exact little powder puff, and I grabbed some like this. I kind of just get a little bit of the excess off like that. And I start with my nose area. So as you see, I already have previous bronzer, initial like bronzing with the cream. So I kind of just follow that like so, like that, okay? And then I go in and I do that. I bring it up. When you bring it up like this, it just lifts your face. As you can see, like you see the difference. It just, I live next to a dog park, so I have some dogs that occasionally bark every now and then, and I know exactly which dogs those are. So don't mind that. My dogs are literally asleep next to me. And then I just kind of go back and forth till it's like enhanced. And I let this part bake, okay? This part, she's gonna bake for a minute. Hard for me to like bronzers because I feel like bronzers can be like a nasty, ugly color of a brown, or they just come on super chalky and patchy, and I hate it. I love my bronzers to be warm. Like I don't like contour, like cool shade bronzing. I think I finally found a bronzer where it just gives me a warm bronze that I crave in my makeup, and it's this one. It's the Hoola Caramel. She looks like this. I love this bronzer. I love these brushes from P. Louise. They do really awesome brushes. Like I said, I don't really contour. I mostly just bronze. With the bronzer brush, I tap and I slightly do that, but very slightly. Like you don't want too much. See how it bronzed my forehead? It's like the perfect freaking shade. Ugh, I love her. But she's gorgeous, gorgeous. Learn your face and you'll be able to bronze it up and snatch it up the way that best fits you. I go in a downward direction. I really emphasize the color right here first. Before I do anything, I keep it right there. Like that, and then I grab a little bit more, her down like that. I grab a tiny bit, like literally, and then I go in right here with the same brush. And like I said, if it looks a little harsh, it's okay, because I'm gonna show you how I diffuse harsh lines. It's okay. It's okay. I promise. It's okay. Now, I am going to check my eyelid to make sure there's no creases, because I have not put any powder on there for a reason. I grabbed my original bronzing brush that I used for the cream blush, and I just run it through my eyelids like this, just to make sure there's no creases. My little trick where I say it gives me effortlessly bronze is literally just grabbing that exact same bronzer brush, and I just run that shit through my eyelid like this. In that motion, you see that? Ooh, she is giving bronze. And I do the same on this side. I also try to blend this part of my nose bronzer contour thing as well. So that's why I do all of that. I go all in the eyebrow and everything. Better work, bitch. You know? So you want to start blending that out like that at the bottom of my nose to give it like a cute little like. So from here, it is time for blush, and I'm actually gonna go in with this brush right here, the Makeup by Mario brush. This is my favorite blush ever. Love her down. Love her down. She's gorgeous. She's Gorgina. I've bought this blush 2 times already. When I go out of town, this is the only blush I bring. I know she's pricey, I know, and I've been trying to find dupes, but nothing is like her. And I like her because she's not crazy pigmented. I hate super pigmented blushes where like as soon as you put it, it's just harsh pink, you know? I like blushes where you can build it. She just gives effortlessly like blushes within. If I'm not mistaken, I think this has some type of technology where it just like adapts to your skin. I like to do this face where I like to smile and I really hit the cheek, like the apples of my cheeks. And I make sure to blend it into the bronzer so it gives it a nice effortless blend instead of like just blush, bronzer, you know? You want it to kind of go together. Blush is the first product of your face to go away, so I like to really pack on the blush, and eventually as time goes, it'll like dial down a little bit. This is where I said I'm not done with my powders, okay? So I'm grabbing my baking powder again and I'm literally going to re-bake my face. I do this because the first is more of like to make your makeup last longer type of bake. This is like more to finalize like the snatchness of it and go a little bit more heavier with the amount of powder. I'll show you my technique when I take the powder off. This is gonna help really make those harsh lines on my nose not so harsh. Another reason why I like to re-bake my face is because you kind of re-establish like the features that you want to highlight, because as you can see, my blush was all over my face. I don't want it all over my face. I want it in a specific area on my face. The baking right here, grab the same loose powder, do this. Not only is this like snatching your face, but it also helps give it more of a clean look. Blend those crazy ends a little bit. And I slightly tap it on top of my nose. Clean, fluffy brush. I'm just gonna take off like the powder right here because I don't want it to look like that. And right here too. Okay. Brows, I'm a 2016 girly. I always will. I've tried the eyebrow pencils. They're all right. This Sephora one right here, she's nice, she's cute, but my favorite has always just been like a dip brow type of gel situation for my brow. I used to be an Anastasia dip brow girl. Like that was my only product that I used for years. But recently I tried this from TikTok and I actually liked it. Like, it has all, you know, I went through a million different hair colors. We know this. I was blonde, I was redhead, I was brunette. Now I'm like black. So my eyebrow shades change within the hair color. Obviously now I have black hair, so I like my brows pretty dark. So I use a little bit of a mixture of these two. I like it really skinny right here. Do more of a finer line. I lost my OG eyebrow brush on a trip. So sad. It was like the Anastasia dip brow brush. That's the best one ever. Use a regular little spoolie and I take off all the powder. I don't laminate my brows or none of that. I don't like it on me. I kind of scrape the excess product out. I start with the arch of my brows because I like my brows arch. My Hello Kitty mirror, I love her. She helps me with my brows and liner and stuff, but I just kind of like start right here. As you see, and I bring it out and then I start filling out the middle and the end first, okay? Because that's the darkest part of my brow. I really don't touch the front, so just be very gentle with the front of your brow and do the more darkness towards the back. As you see, the bottom has a little bit more like balding going on or some situation, so I literally just do one solid line across the bottom of my brow, and then I grab my spoolie brush that I used to originally just take the powder off, and I just brush them. I brush this part up and I brush the rest of the brush just gently because I feel like that just does something to the blending of the product. And if you feel like they look a little too harsh, literally grab some setting powder and put it right here in the front. Then I grab a little bit of this. So I told you I wasn't done with this. My little technique to give it even more of a smooth look, I grab a little bit, like very little. Basically push the product in. This also helps blend those harsh lines. I don't like the way the bronzing is looking on my eyes, so I'm just gonna grab the little same brush and I'm just going to kind of just retouch that. So I have to go back and forth a couple of times and it's okay. I leave this part on the longest. My infamous winged eyeliner. Really like this with any NYX marker eyeliner. I love the Heartbreaker one and I recently picked this up, but my favorite type of eyeliners are these markers. Fun fact about me, I learned how to do liquid eyeliner because it was back in like 2016 and I felt like I grew such a close bond with this. Like even if I didn't wear makeup to school, I would always wear a winged eye. I went through a phase like of many years where I thought I looked like not myself. I didn't think I looked good without a winged eye. And I don't know if it's just because I did it so much or it just really compliments my eyes. My little tips on my winged eye, okay? I start from the center and I just go ahead and just bite the bullet and do a little streak. Don't think too much about it. Stop overthinking, because the more you overthink, the more you like just sit there and like try to be perfect. That's the ugliest is gonna come out, I promise you. And all I do is I go in and then I go in from the corner of my eye right here. Boom, boom. And then I move to the inner corners and I follow my eye. Lay the pencil all the way down like this. Go to the corner. That's it, y'all. I love enhancing my eyes. It just makes my eyes look bigger and I don't know, sexy. I love sexy eyes. Don't think too much about it. Just do it. Winged eye is done. They don't have to be twins. They just gotta be sisters, okay? All right. Curl your lashes. It makes a difference. But just it takes literally 10 freaking seconds. Stop skipping the step. Fenty Beauty. This one is the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick, okay? Extra black. I want it to black as. Don't put too much. Literally, you're about to put falsies on. The only reason why you're even putting on mascara is so it can like help blend into the falsies. These are my eyelash extensions, and they make your eyes look big and long, and it's giving cat eyes, giving sexy, it's giving, I'm looking into your soul eyes. I love me some sexy eyes. Compliments on my eyes. Like when I be looking at people, they be like, it's those eyes. What do you mean it's my eyes? I know it's my eyes. They look intense, trust me, but she eats, okay? I like the little curl. I like my lashes curled like this. And I like a more exaggerated tip because it adds to the sexiness of your eyes. People call it like siren eyes. Very bold if you use black eyelash glue, because what the hell? Oh, imagine getting done with your entire makeup and it's just like black. Hell no. I use this duo. Emphasize the glue on the corners of your eyes because for some reason, they like to detach from there very easily. Dry a little bit, like you want it sticky, okay? You don't want it completely wet because then it just slides all over. Now, my lip liner OG at the moment is actually from TikTok. It's some brand called Italia something. They're pretty cheap. I'm a brown lip liner girl. Look like this. Italia Deluxe, and they last and they're creamy and I like them. I do have a Cupid's Bow, I think that's what it's called, so I emphasize that a little bit. I do overline the shit out of my bottom lip because I like the pouty look. You see that? Cute. And then I blend it down a little bit like that. The go-to combos that I've used for a million years, I swear a million years, is Commando. And it's the velvet matte ones, and I just reblend this. And you can keep it like this, but I'm a lip gloss girl. This is my all-time favorite lip gloss shade and everything. It is the Fenty Gloss and Fuzzy. I literally have like 3 of these, okay? I have one in my car, in my purses, and one that's normally in my vanity, but I don't know where it went. This is the one that I wear every day. By the time you're done with your lips, you should be ready for your lashes should be ready. Like this part to be a little on my wing. I don't know if that makes sense, but let me show you. And it just, you see the difference? Sometimes I cut them because like that one is doing too much. I am going to do a little bit of mascara. So from here, I grab my bronzer brush and I just run this. My two setting sprays that are my ride or dies, this Charlotte Tilbury and this One Size. This is gonna make your makeup last all freaking day, all freaking night. Then I throw this baby on. I'm done! Finally, my goodness. These are the products that I loved, and this is the routine that I love. I love it and I love them for a reason. Okay, let me give you a little close-up, y'all. Okay, so this is my face up close. But oh my gosh, my face looks so smooth. I am obsessed. I felt like I was living in like a 2016 makeup like tutorial. I grew up watching those videos, and that's how I fell in love with YouTube and makeup to begin with. So this was so refreshing and fun to film, and I hope you liked it. Oh my gosh, if you watched all the way to the end of this video, please leave a little red heart with flames on it. I think that's the vibe for today's video. And if you did, oh my gosh, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.